Hey guys, meteorologist Doug Hetty. It is Thursday afternoon. We are cruising right on through the work week. Weather 2020 video. What we're going to be doing today is talking about severe threat. We have severe threat across parts of Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, even Arkansas this afternoon. We have another severe threat on Friday. Of course, we're well into August. We're still in the same cycling weather pattern that we've been in since late September, early October of last year, but we are starting to slowly see the changes as we move into the new pattern. We're still about 96% old, about 4% new, but this fits right on in with the pattern. So we're not going to do long range forecasting today. We are going to cover really what's going to happen over the next couple days with storms. But of course, if you do want to get your long range forecast, you can go to weather2020.com or in your app store. You can look up the global predictor and get your 6-month forecast anywhere in the world. And that's based on this cycling weather pattern that Gary Lezak and I and team have been working on for a few decades at this point in time. Also, huge shout out to my boys, Superior Roofing and Construction. Got my scooters. Shameless plug. And of course, if you have roofing needs, give them a call. The number's right there on the screen, even if you just want them to check your roof out. You got to remember, insurance companies, once your roof gets about 10 years old, they don't want to cover the whole thing. So even if you just want to get it checked out, give them a call. Ask for Cole, Evan, or Carlos, and they will get you hooked up. Make sure you mention my name. All right, let's jump into it and see what's going to happen today. So hot spots from Chicago, Champaign, St. Louis, Kansas City, Jeff City, Lake of the Ozarks, down to Lebanon, Joplin, Springfield, all the way down into extreme northwestern Arkansas, Tulsa, and Oklahoma City to get strong to severe thunderstorms as we go through the afternoon hours. This is due to an upper level wave across parts of Minnesota and then into the Dakotas, and then there's a trailing cold front all the way down along that I-44 corridor, and that is going to produce showers and thunderstorms as we go through the afternoon. Already, we're starting to see a couple little guys pop up in north central parts of Oklahoma, one little guy in southern parts of Lebec County, but these will really flare up over the next couple hours. I think they're going to kind of flare up kind of in this region, Springfield, southern Missouri, and then this region, north of Oklahoma City, Tulsa, back into southeastern Kansas, and then we'll fill in as we go through the evening along that I-44 corridor. So kind of looks like a weird pair of sunglasses, but that's kind of what's going to happen as we go into the afternoon and into the evening hours. So let me take you through it. Hot and humid once again today. Now it's cooler once you get up toward KC, 90. It's hot, but the humidity is a little bit lower. Mid-90s, Joplin, Springfield, about 100. In Tulsa, so here's about 5 p.m. So let's take a look. Some isolated storms, southeastern Kansas. Isolated storms, Springfield over toward Branson and West Plains. Now, any severe weather that does pop up this afternoon, the main threat is going to be hail and wind. There is going to be somewhat of a tornado threat kind of through here. So south central Missouri into north central Arkansas. But I think once you get back toward Joplin, toward Oklahoma City, a lower tornado threat in this region, but it's going to be more of a wind and a hail threat as we get into the afternoon hours. All right, let's continue through time. Let me straighten this baby back up for you. All right, let's continue through the afternoon into the evening. Big cluster of thunderstorms, Springfield, Branson, West Plains, most likely severe. You really see the storms getting going, Oklahoma City to Tulsa. I wouldn't be surprised if some have already filled in by this time, 6, 7 p.m. from Tulsa to Joplin to Springfield. Thunderstorms continue to erupt along that I-40 corridor, I-44 corridor, as we go through the evening hours. Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, anywhere through this. So you got to remember, when we look at these future radars here, these are based off certain models, and we have about 15 models that I can choose from. As of today, I'm not in agreement with any of the models, so I'm using this one. But again, that's where meteorologists come in. We have to interpret the data and also make the changes of what we think is going to happen. So I think at this point in time, in this circle, Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, and south northwest Arkansas, we are going to be having thunderstorms at this point in time. Just this model doesn't want to show it, but I do think they're going to be there. Let's continue through the overnight hours. Thunderstorms from Springfield. You can see a few popping up near Joplin, back toward Oklahoma City. And then all this kind of pushes south and east as we get into tomorrow morning. So let's go into Friday afternoon because we have another cluster of storms, which is going to be developing as we get into the afternoon. So here's 2 p.m. We're looking from Salina, Wichita to Emporia. Complex of storms that is going to drive south and east into northeastern Oklahoma, southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas. So this is going to be late Friday afternoon into Friday evening. These will also have the potential to be strong to severe. So let's move to about 5 p.m. tomorrow. Thunderstorms south side of Kansas City, Topeka, southeastern Kansas, Joplin, all the way back toward Wichita. So this is going to become a pretty good cluster as it drops south and east. Let's continue through the evening. Periods of showers and thunderstorms. Here's 8 p.m. And again, a greater severe threat for thunderstorms tomorrow. Let me circle it for you. Back through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas, Tulsa, northwest Arkansas, and cutting off right around Branson. That is going to be our target zone for severe weather as we get into Friday evening. Let me straighten this map up a little bit more. And let's continue. Thunderstorms continue and drive south and east. Here's about midnight, 1 a.m. So now we're talking Joplin. If you're heading to the lakes, Table Rock, Beaver Lake, it's going to be a little bit noisy and could get some flash flooding with these showers and thunderstorms. As we continue through the night, you can see this cluster now pushing down into central Arkansas, so Little Rock, north and north central Arkansas. And then as we go into Saturday, we'll have some thunderstorms to start, but the afternoon is looking pretty good. And I really think most of the weekend looks pretty good. Rain chances are going to stick around as we go into early next week too. So that's something we want to keep our eyes on. All right, rainfall amounts over the next, let's say, 36 hours. We have to see where those heavier bands line up, but you can see Joplin about an inch, and then Springfield about 0.2 of an inch. Again, this is taking a model into perspective. I don't fully agree with the model, but just know if you are in some of those areas from West Plains, Jonesboro, Little Rock, Joplin, Tulsa, most likely they're going to be storms. We just got to see where those heavier bands set up. Let's take a look at the weekend. Look at the heat coming back Saturday, but most of us are going to be dry. On Sunday, we have another boundary that is going to be sitting on top of us. So some scattered thunderstorms, eastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma. And you can see still scattered thunderstorms into Monday morning, even a few on Monday afternoon. But look at the heat still sticking around. Now, it's cooler once you get to Topeka, Kansas City, Jeff City, St. Louis. But still, you got those mid to upper 90s once you get from Joplin all the way down to Tulsa, Oklahoma City, northwest Arkansas. Let's go into Tuesday. Still a slight chance for a few hit and miss storms, but the heat sticks around. And then we start to see some changes as we get into Wednesday of next week. Things start to dry out. Now, overall, I think it's going to stay hot as we go through most of next week, meaning temperatures a little bit above normal. Average high for most of us in Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri sits right around 90 to about 93 degrees, depending on where you live. So mainly hot all the way through next weekend, which is going to be the 23rd through about the 26th. And then once we get right at the end of the month, heading into Labor Day weekend, that's when we will start to see a bit of a cool down. Of course, you can download the Global Predictor and get your long-range forecast. And I try to do some long-range forecasting on here as well. We're going to have to do another video tomorrow because of the complex of strong to severe storms, which is going to drop through. But to recap, we are going to get some thunderstorms along the I-44 corridor tonight, this evening. Those will have the potential to be strong to severe. The main threat is going to be gusty winds and large hail. All right, guys, any comments, questions, leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notifications when I do videos. All right, guys, we'll chat soon.